Hi, I'm Ashley Appa.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
A.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Chris and Mari's. Just kidding, it's us.
It's Hayley.
And Ashley and Scout.
Hello.
We're thrilled we have the wonderful Scout Boxall here with us.
Incredible Melbourne comedian.
Thank you.
An incredible wearer of a red lip right now.
Yes.
I put on the red lip. I put on the red lip especially.
And it's working.
Thank you.
Jungle red. Ali would be proud.
Oh, God. It's a colour.
Okay, I want to wait. First, I want to kick this off by saying I'm tired because me and Ash were at a mutual friend's engagement party last night.
Whose engagement?
Ms. Laura. You know
Oh
Laura
my God. Yes.
Ms. Laura.
Ms.
Beautiful.
Laura.
Welcome to the stage, Ms.
Laura. And it was very, very fun.
Yeah, it was very
Stunning.
fun.
Was it a late one though?
I got home at like 10:30 and then I
Same.
didn't go to bed till like 12 and then I didn't go to sleep till like 2 because it was like the lightning was crazy.
Yeah.
And then
Beautiful
I
lightning
went straight to
storm.
work this morning and now I'm here.
Nope.
So it's going to be like, what was that thing I said? It's going to be extra like Big Trouble. That time I said Big Trouble. It's going to
Big
be extra
Trouble?
like that.
Big trouble, which of course means big trouble.
It's Big Trouble.
It's big trouble.
I'm glad you told me that because I don't think I could have put in two together.
Together.
So that's that.
Breaking news. We're going to have a good time. That's the breaking news.
Oh no.
So Hayley, you're tired.
I'm tired. Are you tired?
I'm a little tired. I couldn't sleep till like 2:30.
There was crazy lightning.
It was just also very hot. It's the kind
really
of
hot.
tail end of summer right now.
It was like 40 degrees Celsius yesterday.
It's shocking.
It is.
Crazy. Today I went for a walk. I was outside my house for 20 minutes. Sweated through everything I was
Yep.
wearing. Absolutely feral.
It was disgusting.
It was so bad.
And it was like overcast this morning. I mean, that's where I live. It was like overcast and like muggy.
Muggy as
It was
fuck.
disgusting.
It was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
So
Scout.
Scout, how are you?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm good. I'm not tired. But
Brag.
I and thank you.
huge.
And thank you. I'm very brave for that, I think. No,
Yeah,
I'm not tired, but I did get absolutely bodied by some period pain like 4 hours ago. But I took pain meds and I had to lay down and I've got a Diet Coke and I'm feeling good.
Woo!
And we've got the aircon on in here. So
thank God.
this is actually a huge get for me.
It is like a good place to be.
Absolutely.
On a hot
day.
Monday night.
It's sheltered.
It's a place
Air conditioned. There's friends.
There's friends.
There's friends, and Scout discovered when they look back
God.
behind them, there's a
Yeah.
kiwi fruit
That Ash left here.
probably a week ago.
And it's probably featured in the background of like
I think you did ask if I wanted
million
some
Melbourne
kiwi
podcasts.
fruit. And I was like, I'm good. And because there are so many podcasts recorded here.
people would have thought that's just a little tchotchka.
It does.
A little thingamy.
It looks
Don't touch it.
intentional.
It's soft, isn't
It's
it?
warm.
Oh,
It's soft, and you better believe
Chuck it.
it's warm. All right.
That's
Okay, everyone, here we go.
Chuck it.
Ready?
I'm closing my eyes.
Go. Oh, dust.
Oh my God, it's so soft.
Oh, it's completely lost its structural integrity.
Take it back.
Oh,
Take it
it
back.
rolled
no.
back. Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yuck.
Love that. Stick to playing with Seymour.
Oh my God.
Okay, Scout. How familiar are you with PLL?
Yeah.
Have you watched it? Tell me about your relationship
For
with PLL.
context,
and it's allowed to be nothing.
Yes, for context for listeners as well.
Yes.
Scout messaged me and asked, "Can I
be on the pod?"
And I said, absolutely.
I'm keen to be on the pod.
Am I right in that you have never watched though?" And you said,
Correct.
Yeah.
Great.
And I said,
I
"This is beautiful."
initially thought it was a different show.
What did you think? Big
thought it
Little
was
Lies.
Big Little Lies.
Of course.
Everyone does say that when I'm like, oh, it's like Pretty Little Liars. And everyone's like, yeah, Nicole
With Nicole Kidman.
And I'm like, I really wish. I think Nicole Kidman would be such a good Jessica De Laurentiis.
Oh God,
Truly.
really? Yeah.
She has that Ice Maiden, but she's trying to hold the family
Yes.
together.
Oh,
I really want to see
She's traumatized.
yeah, she
Baby
really
Girl.
is.
Is it Baby Girl?
I want to see Baby Girl.
I want to see Baby Girl.
A friend of mine was seeing Baby Girl, and in the cinema next door was the new Lion King movie, and there was they're calling it Mufasa.
It's Mufasa.
And there was a very quiet, very tense sex scene, And at that time, next door was just like, he lives in you, Hella, Himamela, Hella, he lives in me.
I didn't know that was in Mufasa. Now I have to see it. I love that song.
Yeah, so it's like musical number in the middle of a dead, quiet sex scene.
I don't like the
My
sound
God.
of a dead, quiet sex scene.
No,
I like it. It's tense.
I want a musical
It's
number.
shameful.
I am scared to see Baby Girl because I'm like, I want to see it, but it also looks very stressful and tense and sexual.
Sensual.
Yeah, I think that's the whole show.
Yeah.
I think you just got to get into it, or wait until it comes out on streaming.
I think I will.
But also-
I'm like that with The Substance.
Be courageous. Sit in a cinema with some people that are probably jerking it.
Oh, we've all done it, surely.
We've all done it.
Whether we've known it or
All
not.
jerked it.
We've all jerked it.
In this town,
In this goddamn economy,
Jerk City.
who's
jerking.
got time
To not.
to not?
So tell us about.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
I'm discovering that this is the show that
Pretty
we're
Little
watching.
Liars. Yeah, so
Have you seen Big Little Lies? And you were like, I want to come on and talk about Big Little Lies.
No, I hadn't seen. I have never watched television. No,
Sick.
I knew it was like soapy and drama-y, and then I realized it wasn't the Nicole Kidman one, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized it was from 2010, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I did a like cursory Google, and then Ash said, watch the pilot and watch this episode,
Yeah.
which I have done. So I've watched the pilot and I've watched the episode that we're covering today. I had some of the most visceral like flashbacks to my high school experience.
Yes.
It was no, like some positive, mostly negative, some positive, but it was just like the fashion, the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse of it all.
So much Matte Mousse.
The like heavy eye makeup, the strange long pendant necklaces.
There's some necklaces in BLL.
It's just the whole stuff. It was like a little time capsule of my last years of high school. Yeah. And it was, parts of it were so strange to watch. The soundtrack is also incredibly of its time. Like in the pilot, the mixing between songs is
He wants to touch me. It opens on that.
It opened on that.
Literally opens on that song. And
insane.
that's putting your dick on the table.
That's flaccid,
Like that's
soft.
Yeah, it's like
It's like, this is what I've got. Take it or leave it. Live with it, bitch.
What's harder than a soft dick that is 303? Bam. First frame.
Horrific. But I must admit,
Cunty.
I think I'm maybe going to watch some more. I don't know.
It's that good.
It's like, it's sort of like, you know, when you get a dry needling and the needle just goes into the muscle so specifically and you're like, that needle won't get me. And then it gets into the muscle and you're like, wow, I'm being manipulated from within. That's how
That's
I felt watching the
PLL.
pilot. It was just like, breadcrumb, cliffhanger, mystery, who done it, the Jenna thing. Like I had
the
to
Jenna thing.
I had to Google that. I couldn't wait
you
until
have to Google
because I
that.
didn't have that much time yesterday, and I was trying to watch through everything that I needed to. And I was like, well, I need to know what that is.
Did you recognize Tammin Sursok?
What?
Are you a Home and Away kid?
Was she in the pilot?
Is Jenna in the pilot?
Yeah.
She's in the pilot.
She
walks out-
because she's in the funeral with the glasses.
Tammin Sursok. Home and Away. Danny Sutherland.
An Australian.
Yep.
Can't believe it. It's shocking. Yeah,
loves a
I think
sunburnt
the
country.
average BMI of this show is 12. Like
Oh yeah.
there's I don't know what's going on nutritionally in the town of Rosewood, but those women are not well.
No.
Well,
Also-
I think Ali is fat shaming everyone. I don't know if you got to see that in the pilot.
Yes.
She was fat shame Hannah.
She was
in
like,
the pilot.
Aisha, you want that cookie? I was like,
And Hannah's like,
excuse you.
This a big.
Excuse you.
so big.
She literally is this a big. If she were a
so big.
pasta, she'd be a number 3 spaghetti.
Truly.
Angel hair alert.
Angel hair alert.
And she is an angel. And she has that beautiful fine blonde hair. She is an angel.
Yeah.
You're so right about the heavy makeup, and I know you're talking about Hannah when you say that.
Yes.
Maybe Aria, but I feel like Hannah.
Actually, no, I'm going to say, yeah. And Aria's eye makeup is obscene.
She's
It's too much.
especially because her eyes are so big. She's already like a doll.
I know. It's like her eyes are a third of the surface area of her face with that makeup.
Yeah.
I love the shoplifting scene in the pilot. Wow. Okay, you two are locked in, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
I forget how long it's been. Too
long.
But I like, I'm glad I didn't watch it when I was in high school because I was highly suggestible. And I also had a shoplifting phase in high school.
okay.
And then I was banned from several stores in Bondi Junction.
We're talking Diva,
Yeah. Well, it was Diva back then.
Lavisa. Now.
Before it was Lavisa. And
I miss Diva.
I miss Diva.
I think
Lavisa
people
isn't the
are,
same
like,
spiritually.
suing- I think there's like class action lawsuits against Lavisa.
Why?
Just mistreating workers. I don't want to defame them. I just saw it on the Daily Oz and then I flicked past it.
And you went,
I'm just
Imagine
bringing awareness to the
if-
cause. Maybe.
Imagine if it was a Streisand effect. Lavisa goes after small Melbourne-based podcast.
That would put us on the map.
It would put you on the map.
National-
It'd be the same as Steph Broadbridge with the
The ray gun.
ray gun
thingy.
thing.
gun thing, yeah.
I cannot believe the ray gun thing went as badly as it did.
That was crazy.
She had a golden opportunity to look like a good guy. All she had to do was show up to that show
and be
take
like,
a silly selfie
Yeah.
with Steph and be like, lol, my number one fan, and then donate to the women's refuge. And everyone
Literally.
would have been like, you're a national hero.
Yeah.
And instead,
If anyone who's listening or watching doesn't know what we're talking about, comedian Steph Broadbridge wrote a musical that was like a satire of Reagan, the breakdancer from the Olympics.
yep.
And then
It was called
She
Breaking the Musical.
Yes.
And it was about, it wasn't mean. It was about her journey from like breaking to the Olympics and then like the hate that she got. It was very sympathetic to her.
Yeah.
And then Reagan's lawyers were overly litigious and were like, you've used her image and her name and all of this without permission. And then they like sued and gave a cease and desist and then they had to cancel the show. Anyway, the whole thing.
silly.
It's
Chuck
a whole
a- chuck
thing.
a link
All
in
she
there.
has to do is sit down
Yeah.
and shush.
you know,
Just for a little bit, just like lay low. And
said-
then she'll be on like, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Like,
Yeah.
she'll be fine. Just chill out.
Nah, she's-
Go on she'll be on Masked Singer. And I'll watch. I love the Masked Singer.
Her like mask will be some kind of kangaroo.
yeah.
And then she'll come out and we'll be like, Reagan.
Like, oh my God, it's Ray Gun.
This country is broken.
Gonna sue us.
Aren't they all?
Aren't they
feel
all countries?
All countries.
Finland's doing okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Finland.
Shout out to the Scandies.
Shout out to Finland.
Shout out to,
I
you know
don't know
what?
if we need to check the stats.
Do you guys have any listeners in Scandinavia?
We can absolutely tell you that.
We would have some in Scandinavia. Can't tell you how many.
all right.
Biggest
can't tell you
listening base would be America, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Second, UK.
I think UK
Correct.
second.
You are correct.
We got
I'll cut this.
we got some champs in Malta.
We got some jams in Malta.
We got
Shout
some
out.
jams
Is
in
that
Malta.
you, Ash?
Yeah, they're all me.
Is that family connection?
No, but
We're
that-
trying to figure it out. Honestly,
We
we're
ha-
trying
we
to
have
figure
some-
it out. Malta's small.
some of the beautiful people that follow our Patreon are, I think there's multiple people from multiple Maltese
Malta.
people.
Wow. You guys should all do a 23andMe test together. You should all spit in a cup.
Honestly, we'd probably all be related. It's not showing me the thingy. Yes, so overall, United States is 78% of our listeners. And then-
Okay.
Then UK, then Australia, then New Zealand, then Austria, then Germany, then Canada, then Finland. Shout out to Finland, then Ireland, then Belgium, then Spain, then Netherlands, then Romania, then Czech Republic, then Italy. That's for the most recent chunk of downloads.
Okay, Kiwi listeners,
Step
show
up.
yourselves.
Step.
I want to like.
yourselves.
I didn't know we had many Kiwi listeners. My brother's in New Zealand. I love New Zealand.
New Zealand rules.
New Zealand's so
New
good.
Zealand is
Anyway,
the Canada to our America.
follow us or
really is.
message us on Instagram. Just show yourselves. We love that.
Except we get along with each other at the moment.
Currently.
At the mo.
Oh, all right. We got to
Okay.
get into the epi. Let's go.
Because this is a amazing episode, and I'm so glad that you're here, Scout, for this episode. Because I think
Insane.
I couldn't encapsulate. There's not many episodes that perfectly encapsulate the PLL experience than one that is like, shit is getting really real.
Yes.
There's like a lot of things on the fire,
Yep.
and we have to do a bridal fashion show.
Of course.
I got to say, it's been a long time since I've watched a show that manages to sandwich exposition in so poorly.
Oh, they're so,
God bless.
They love
But
it.
like, there's a lot of like, remember me? I'm blah from blah blah. You don't do that in blah blah. I don't think you get away with that here in blah blah.
There's a
I'm
lot
like,
of that.
yeah.
like,
There's a
we
lot of blah,
all
blah.
know this is 4 seasons in. By this point, everyone's in. Anyway, I thought it was stunning. I thought the opening of the bride going through the forest, I was like, okay, come on, mystery. Come on, Steaks.
That is like
Let's
my
go.
favorite. That's
Yeah.
my favorite device, I would say.
48
is
hours
like
earlier?
48 hours earlier. This one doesn't fully pay off. I guess she's like,
No.
I guess there's like bones in the corset.
But that's not even the bit
Okay.
that we
There's like, and there's like a bear trap or a fox trap, but like,
Two things. One, she didn't clock the bones when she put the dress on.
that's what my partner Dale said.
That's
Also, the
Shout out.
bones looked big.
big bones. Whose
So
bones are
I
those?
reckon what
Big
happened
bones.
is one of the writers would have like read some fun fact. Like I don't know if they have this in the States, but in Australia on our Libra pads, we have a list of fun facts.
I was looking at these today on my liner.
It's important.
sanitary pads.
Sanitary pads. And in high school, whenever anyone came out of the bathroom with a cool fun fact, like, did you know the average pair of feet walks 300,000 kilometers in a lifetime? You'd be like, you're on your period and you've got Libra maxis. Good for you. But I think someone read a fun fact about like corsets and boning and was like, corsets? Boning? Bone in corset.
Bone and corset.
It is
Finger
good.
bones and corset.
The only thing that would have made it full circle is if she was boning in the bone-in corset.
Yes, if Toberky was there to bone.
Where's Toberky? There's so many. I've got so many questions. So many. Where is this person? What is going on?
Yes.
We'll get to it. Okay. Let's hear from Australian streaming service Stan.
Okay, so Australian streaming service Stan says, and this is my favorite ever description. Like,
Really? Ever?
so far.
Okay.
Okay. Australian streaming service Stan says, still reeling, the girls take part in a bridal fashion show.
What are they reeling from?
I can't tell you like how much has happened in this season, how many things that have been revealed, like catastrophic things, pedophiles, relationship breakdowns. Like there's been so much, a woman coming back from the dead, but the girls have to
Wait, who
take part
came
in a
back from the
bridal
dead?
fashion show.
We'll get
Well,
to
they don't come back from the bridal.
Oh, as in like it wasn't her in the grave?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Got a secret. Can you keep it? Am I right?
So yeah, I like this. I like it a lot.
And also, Scout,
very funny.
this is a penultimate episode. So the next episode is the season finale. And they always
Okay,
pull out
that-
some crazy stops. for the
Penultimate's
That makes
always
sense.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because they are simultaneously tying up a lot and also opening up a lot.
They throw a lot of balls up in the air.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the
and,
finales are often...
how on earth are we going to catch all these?
And they don't.
I will
level with
say,
you. They do
They
not.
catch some. They catch
no
some. with a plum.
spoilies for the next episode, but the next episode does wrap up a lot. We find out a lot about that night, the titular night,
Yeah.
the longest night of our lives, as we call it.
Oh my God. it's long.
We find out a lot in the next episode, so I would
Okay.
recommend watching
I
it.
just realized we're not going to record that for like a month.
Yeah.
Because we have been bulking.
bulking. We're bulking. We're getting
bulking,
ripped.
so we're really ripped in terms of PLL.
Nice.
And
yeah. And then we're
I
going to
just
jump in
realized,
with that.
Shit, that's crazy.
But also,
People aren't going to notice in the feed, but we're going to feel it.
and if you're listening right now, you'll be like, oh my God,
Oh my God.
JK, for me, it's 2 weeks away. Yeah, Hayley does the production schedule like a boss.
Like a mouse. Bring that back.
Bring that back to like that.
Like a mouse.
Okay.
Okay, let's tear through these.
Seggies.
Stuffs.
Okay. This is season 4, episode 23, Unbridled. Teehee. This episode was
good.
directed by Oliver Goldstick, and it was
King.
written by Oliver Goldstick and Maya Goldsmith.
Ooh.
The heavy hitters are back.
Avengers Assemble. That's like a good team. That's a good team.
Is this the A team?
Oh,
A-team.
Reference. Yeah,
The
that's
A
right.
team.
Holy
I googled who A was immediately.
and the
I was
answer,
like-
I'm sure, was multiple things.
Yeah, it was multiple things.
Yeah. This episode came out on March 11th, 2014. So happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday. 2. Anthony Davis recently traded from the Los Angeles Lakers to the Dallas Mavs. Crazy trade
Oh,
deal.
this is the big thing
big thing.
Is
Huge
this what
thing.
like?
in
This is
basketball.
what we were all talking about at the
Last-
party yesterday, freaking out.
Yeah, everyone was like gathered around
Caitlin
the
and I
phone,
were
and I
like-
was like, "Oh my God, what is it?" And then I saw basketball, and I was like, "Oh, I'm okay."
It's
You can
not-
tap
it's not
out.
fair.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
get
to Johnny Knoxville.
Thank you for Jackass.
Thank you for Jack. I was gonna go.
Thank you for inspiring my brothers to like put me in a bin and tape it shut and just push it on the road. Probably.
You're an inspiration. Happy birthday,
you to that.
Jodie Comer, icon.
Wow.
legend.
Oh my god.
Oh god, she's good.
See you again.
Happy birthday, Terrence Howard.
Who's that?
I know his
Terrence
face.
Howard, he's from Empire and a lot of other things. I know him from Empire.
Wait, did he get cancelled for faking an assault?
No, that was Jussie
Oh.
Smollett. But Terrence Howard, I feel like I'm defaming a lot of people. I do think Terrence Howard has like
The defamation episode.
yeah, it's got some stuff. But also, he's come up on the pod recently because he reminds me of Boston Rob, who's on the Traitors.
yes.
You watching the Traitors?
No,
But Survivor.
I'm an OG Survivor fan.
Wow.
What?
So Boston Rob reminds me of like
didn't know
Jimmy Kimmel
this.
Yeah.
and Terrence Howard.
But I haven't watched. I've never watched Australian Survivor. I was an American Survivor fan from like seasons 1 through 6, and I was watching it when it was coming out. So this was like 2003,
Wow.
4. This was ages ago. I did a speech in assembly on it.
That makes sense.
We had to do a
That
speech
checks
on
out.
something we were passionate about, and I was
Survivor.
like,
You were ahead of
how
the curve.
game theory is
And
used
was
in
Boston
Survivor.
Rob on that?
Boston Rob was in one of them.
Was Sandra
And
there?
doesn't he hook up with
Yeah.
one of the
Oh, you don't know Hayley? Found love in a hopeless place. That place being Survivor.
Boston Rob hooked up on Survivor? Oh my God.
Hooked up and then, well, do you want me to spoil?
Yeah.
Did they get together?
Proposed in the finale,
Yeah.
and then they have 4 kids and they've married and they've been on
Yeah, it was
multiple seasons
massive.
ever since.
Yeah, Boston Rob
Oh,
was
and his
huge
wife's
because
hot.
there was a trade between tribes, and then Boston Rob and the
and he was,
woman
like,
he was obsessed
cute.
with
He was hot.
got
mama.
separated. I also remember there was a recurring Survivor champion was Rupert, who in one of the first construction challenges was like, I'm a builder, I got this, and then proceeded to like fuck it up so obscenely that they lost the challenge. And I think about this maybe once a month out of context.
More like poop it.
Sorry, I'm
That's not very
losing.
nice.
If you're
That's not very
Sorry.
nice, Ash.
Sorry, hey. I'm a bad boy.
Boston Rob was like so hot.
Yes.
Yeah, he was gorgeous.
And like
So
very handsome now. I'm not, but like what?
no, he was young and in his prime.
No wonder he was like stirring the pot, and also why he is so egotistical on the Traitors
Yes.
this season.
He is a narcissist, I feel.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's hard to contain.
Speaking of narcissism,
Sorry.
Alison De Laurentiis, which we'll get to. But first, it's time to guess what the number 1 song was on the release date, March 11th, 2014. Now,
Happy Pharrell Williams.
before
Oh God.
before we guess, Hayley,
Oh God.
we have to remind. Can you let Scout know what's been in the popular list recently? Happy by Pharrell
Okay,
Williams.
for like 80 weeks, or at least 2, it was Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
That's how the song starts.
And that's it. That's all you need to know.
It was that.
Is the one was like, do you love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
And
it?
good for her.
And good for her.
And I hope
and
she's
we
well.
do say that. I think we do say that. Like, we hope she's well. I don't know if she is.
I don't think she is.
No.
Woman's
Her
World.
AFL appearance was.
Women's World was playing in Bunnings yesterday.
Women's World is atrocious.
So
Her
bad.
AFL show was did you guys know she came and she was like, I'm going to do the AFL halftime show. I'm going to do all my new songs. And the AFL was like, no, you'll do your classics and you'll do one new song and you'll be happy with it.
And then she was on like this metal thing and she dragged out Tina Arena.
It was so odd.
for Chains, but they didn't even do like the good part of Chains.
No.
Which is, of course.
It's also,
And
I
they
mean,
were like running. It was
it's
really
hard to do a
bananas.
show in broad daylight.
It's
I get
very,
that.
I
don't
agree.
understand why the AFL grew hours during the day. Makes no sense.
It's our Super Bowl.
Wow, that's what I have to say to that. Okay, was the song of March 11th, 2014, number 1 song, was it Dark Horse by Katy Perry?
Oh, God.
Was it Happy by Pharrell Williams?
Clap along if you-
Oh, God.
Or was
so
it
cursed.
Do I Want to Know by the Arctic Monkeys?
Oh, I remember.
Would love it to be Arctic Monkeys. Gonna stick with Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat Watch himself.
Mr. Hat?
Mr. Hat
Mr. Hat. Pharrell Williams.
Mr. Hat. Oh, my God. We've got a couple of MRFs in here.
Scout, what do you think?
I'm going to vote for Arctic Monkeys. I know in my bones it probably isn't, but I'd like to vote for that.
Sometimes it's nice to just throw a vote somewhere where you feel ethically, spiritually aligned, even though you know they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And that's one.
And that's not on politics.
That's not on And unfortunately, Scout, you've lost this race. And Hayley, you've won.
Is it Mr. Hat?
Because I'm happy, clap along
Jesus.
if you feel like a
And now we must hear from Megan, the 12-year-olds, of course, who are the people we believe to be 12 years old that write the Wikipedia episode descriptions.
Is Megan the actual name of the person who wrote this?
No, we just say Megan the a
It's
lot.
like Megan the Stallion.
Megan the.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
There's a lot of
in.
little noises and things that we might make that might. you
No,
might
this is
think,
actually
what is
beautiful.
that?
Like the both of you are just kind of like living samplers.
Dale
Like you're
said that.
human synths. You sort of you both like tune into something and you like, like there was one before when I said something and then you both were like, I was like,
There's gonna be
surround
so
sound.
much more.
Okay.
Dale said that this morning because I was talking about how much fun I had last night, and I was especially like when I was in a circle with Circle Jerk with you, Ash, and Dale, and our friend Josh, who we should get on the
We're
pod.
gonna get him on the pod. We're gonna torture him.
Just
and make
having
him
a
watch
very
it.
good time, and I was like, and me and Ash were just being stupid, and Dale's like, you record so much together, it's lovely. Like we're so
It's beautiful.
annoying.
We love you, Dale. We love him. And here's A. Also, that's a fun canon.
Yeah, Dale's A.
When we say canon, we say Andrew Cunanan.
Have you met Dale?
I have met Dale.
King.
I have. Good egg.
And also in our canon / Andrew Cunanan, Dale is A
Yep.
to us for some reason.
Okay.
Good things.
He just is.
Because he just is. He's going around making little notes. He's doing little pranks.
All right, 12-year-olds.
Okay. Holbrook approaches and unnerved Jessica with a judge's order for Allie's grave to be exhumed. Spencer questions Veronica about her hazy memories of the night Allie disappeared. Ella returns to visit Arya, still reeling from a breakup with Ezra. Arya fails to open up to her. Emily confronts Paige for telling the police that Allie was alive. Later, Emily forgives Paige, but isn't sure if she can trust her again and tells her goodbye. Emily also confronts Jason, recently released from rehab, who tells her that Jessica had suspicions about Spencer prior to the night Allie disappeared. Hannah tries to get a second date with Travis, but he remains hesitant. Veronica fires Dean when he appears to be, quote, slacking on the job. He fell asleep on top of Spencer at the edge of the couch.
That was so fucked up.
Was that last one in brackets?
No, it was like dash.
Oh.
Alan confides in Arya that Zach proposed in 2 different languages. Why is that in the Wikipedia? That?
They do say that.
But it's not important to the plot, dolls. What are we doing here? Ashley tells Hannah about Jessica's recent purchases. What? More suspicious than ever, Hannah volunteers the girls for Jessica's charity bridal fashion show. Hannah and Emily search Alison's room to find them. Instead, they discover the password to the email address on the post-it note attached to Alison's money and contact her. Jesus. Alison calls, telling them to meet her in Philadelphia. Spencer catches Jessica talking to someone and chases the unseen person through the woods. Spencer retreats after getting her veil caught in a bear claw trap. Losing track of my leg now. And losing track of the mystery person. She returns hysterical and removes her bodice, finding finger bones sewn into the lining and a note from her.
That was insane.
The girls go to Philadelphia to meet Alison, but are surprised by the person who actually shows up. And then there's an A ending where A calls the Rosewood Police Department, presumably to turn in Cece Drake after finding her name in a registration book at a hotel. Yagoo.
Wow. Okay. So that was
That was like a C to me.
I think that was actually honestly pretty good.
I think that was a B.
I don't know what
C plus.
how many 12-year-olds use the word exhume.
yeah.
Well, it was said in the dialogue. It's not.
I
like
like that they brought in.
I'm always harsher on them. I'm harsher on my girls.
Yeah, you're being
You're
really
the one that's to
rude.
read it out. I do zone out. I do just kind of like.
No, I was there every
you
step
know,
of the way.
As the person
I
seeing the
listen, but I
sentence
zone
structure
out.
as I'm reading it and having to try to breathe through like a 4-line sentence,
yeah.
I'm giving them a C plus. All right. And also, we didn't need to know about the 2 languages. It wasn't that important to the plot.
I actually think it's a nice little detail.
Exactly. It's painting a picture.
I don't like this. I
we
don't
show
like this
don't
dynamic, guys.
we show don't tell. We show don't tell. No, this show tells.
This show tells.
Oh, this shell. Shell?
This show
Shell.
tells.
This show tells.
It tells.
Show tells.
Oh, it's telling.
And it's telling.
It's telling. And it's telling.
It's telling.
And it's telling.
It is telling.
And isn't
the
that
time.
telling?
Isn't that
It's very telling. Speaking of showing,
Don't you think?
It's like, okay, it's like running through the wilderness. Okay, so we open on Spencer. She's in a wedding dress. She looks very beautiful.
She gets
Gorgeous.
clanked.
She's really beautiful. She gets clanked. Yeah, she's like in the Rosewood wilderness. She trips and she falls. You can hear the clank. There's like birds of prey in the background. Not the
Yeah.
Fatboy Slim song. Just
Not
like
the-
It would have been
Spin-off.
better if it was a Flatboy.
Prey.
Not the Suicide Squad spin-off.
Or that, but like actual
Birds.
eagles.
Eagles.
I don't know. And then she steps on. We only hear like a metal clank.
Yeah.
48 hours earlier is what happens.
Then the girls, I don't know where they are, I've not written down where, but they're talking about whose bones are in that goddamn grave if Ellie's alive. And then they speculate about Mama de Laurenti.
Can I say that my note after 48 hours earlier is just like, at the brew, the gurgles.
Gurgles.
And that's all I have. I didn't say anything after that. I just said the
Why?
gurgles.
I said to Scout before, we're accidentally very good in covering the opposite bits where you'll notice where we are and ridiculous things we see. And I'll just be like, this is what happened, I think. I don't
Ash
know
is
where we
holding
are.
it down in a way that it needs to be
And I
held
don't
down.
know who is involved. And that's teamwork. They're talking about, if Alison's alive, whose body's in there? And then someone says to Hannah, give her your
Arya.
cookie. Arya says, give her your cookie. And then Hannah says,
You give her your cookie. I'm
hungry.
starving. Hungry. Whatever. She says she's hungry or starving. And when I realized that Arya had a cookie, I was like, that's shit behavior.
It is. It is poor form.
It's so weird to be like, I have a Coke, you have a Coke. And I'm like, give Ash a Coke.
May I
Scout.
quote the Bible here?
Yes, always.
There is a story in the Old Testament where a rich king who owns many sheep takes the single sheep of a poor man and sacrifices that single sheep that the poor man did rear by hand and love. And he sacrificed the sheep, and then God was like, why would you do that? That is bad behavior.
Yeah.
And that's this.
And that is this.
the hell, this Bible story is going to make me cry?
More like
Wait until you get to the parables.
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God.
God.
more like Cribble
That's
story.
a hectic Bible story.
Yeah. I love
They're pretty
the Old
hectic. They're pretty
Testament.
cool.
They're pretty hectic. They're pretty cool.
I don't know.
Youth pastor Hayley's here. Hey guys, you know who's got some pretty hectic and cool stories? A little guy called
The Bible.
Dad.
The Bible.
The Bible.
Then someone
Yeah, Aria's
says,
a cunt for that.
Aria's-
That
That
pissed
was
me
rude.
off.
Also,
Aria's a little cunt.
I think probably this is one of the few things that I would notice having watched the pilot and this particular episode back to back.
Yep.
In the very first episode, Hannah goes for a cookie. And then old mate. Aria. No.
Allie.
Allie
Cunt.
Fat shaming bitch.
was like, you sure you want it? And then Hannah doesn't eat it.
What was it one more time?
Hey, Hannah, want it? And then Hannah doesn't eat it. And then obviously nurtures an eating disorder over the course of this series,
Absolutely, she
which
does.
she has now somehow come to terms with because she has reclaimed her cookie. And I think that was
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I agree. Let Hannah eat the cookie. I do think the pilot and this episode are so closely linked because a lot of
Yes.
like the series kind of goes away from that night. Oh, like, I don't know. It feels like we're really back at like that night
Yeah.
Yes.
of the first episode. So it's like, you haven't missed a thing.
I've
You've
missed
some
so
stuff.
much.
You've missed a few
You've
deaths.
missed a bit. You've
and
missed-
a few boyfriends.
And a few
And a few
boyfriends.
girlfriends.
Okay, I've missed a lot of problematic age gap shit. Like,
You'll get more. You'll be fine.
We'll
There's
tell you
heaps.
so much.
just the fact,
drugs.
okay, sorry, just, no, never mind.
Say it.
I was just going to say, harking back to the pilot, that scene when
Aria.
Arya and Ezra,
In the classroom or in the bar?
not in the classroom or the bar, in that third location when they're on the stairs.
Oh,
And then she's like,
At the school. Oh, church.
at the funeral, at the funeral, she's like,
sexy funeral. They're
she's
always
like,
dressed so hot.
I don't want to get you into wobble. And then he's like,
Scout, can we tell you what happened 3 episodes before this? Just really quickly.
so did they start dating?
Oh, yeah.
They've been dating this
They're
whole
That's
time.
fuck- that's
They're
fucking
they're
illegal.
Like the main it's
It's illegal?
It's illegal.
oh
It's illegal.
yeah.
How old is she?
She's
like
16 at this
16.
point. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
Scout,
God,
we have
it
so much
gets-
to there's so much.
So close to statutory rape.
It all, yeah. Well, 3 episodes
Okay.
before this one, we can say because it's all out. It is revealed that not only did he know her when they met in the pilot, it seems like they didn't know each other.
And that he didn't know her age.
And he didn't know her age. He did know
At the
her,
start.
and he had been fucking Allison.
Oh.
And then once she went missing, had been doing a novel, writing a novel, a true crime novel to figure out where she went, and started dating Arya to be close to the case.
Okay,
It's very
fucking
much-
Truman Capote, sit down.
it's
Get on
very
the
much
fucking sex offenders register. I can't believe
Genuinely.
this.
And also that like when he was dating Ali and pursuing her, she would have been 14 to 15 years old because the pilot kicks off and they're 16.
Yep.
Ali has been missing for a year. Also, the
Does
girl
this
that
man
plays-
ever see the inside of a jail?
Oh, in a one imaginary moment that we all were like, yeah, and then
It's
it's,
amazing.
A dream.
It's like a, yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
This is shocking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
was-
watch episode 420. If anything, if all
Blaze.
else,
Blaze.
go watch episode 420.
Blaze.
Blaze it.
And we hope you,
We got high and watched it and
we
recapped
did.
it a couple weeks
We
ago.
hope you enjoyed the episode.
Like this is, oh my God.
It's crazy. Okay,
Anyway.
Spencer, I want to say there's a funny line.
Upsetting.
Spencer says to Emily, you almost
got kebabbed.
oh yeah, you almost got kebabbed with a knitting needle. And then Ari's like, that was me. I don't know why that made me laugh. I wrote that down.
Oh.
I wrote that down.
Jason is back,
back.
and ignoring the girls in his silver convertible from 2004.
Looking good with that haircut.
What's this car? We've never seen this car before.
Speak on that.
Whose car is this? Where'd you get that car?
Isn't necessarily from 2004. It looked fine.
It looked like the convertible from the movie Sleepover, which is my only reference.
Sexy Gana.
Also, he, just for your context, Scout, that you might not know.
Yeah, because I don't know who that guy was.
He is the disappeared Allison's brother, and they live next door to Spencer's family.
And Spencer keeps seeing Allison's
Allison's
ghost.
mum. That's her mum in the blinds.
Okay, well,
But also some fun context for later when we have a scene with Jessica. Sorry, not with Jason and Spencer.
oh, because he's like, yeah, I was in rehab, and
Yes.
then her rehab buddy who fell asleep on her.
We don't like.
We don't like it.
We don't like that.
It was like that
Was
place
like,
has been closed.
that place has been closed for 2
Yes.
years.
So context, they're half siblings secretly. Their parents fucked, and they're secretly half siblings.
So they have.
So just so you know.
Okay, so okay, is that a loophole that allows for incest?
Not in this case.
Not in this case. There
Not in this
will
case?
Be, there will
hate to
will
hear
be.
that.
There will
Is there
be,
like
and
a-
there has been.
But if I'm your stepbrother and you're my stepsister, then we're not really related.
no step whatsoever, just
No step?
literal blood combining
Oh, for real?
without saying too much apart from what we know.
Like Lannister style?
But they don't. One party doesn't know.
One party doesn't know.
In their defense, one party doesn't know.
Yes.
We look forward to covering that extremely problematic storyline in season 6,
Who knows?
second
at
half of
this
season
point?
6.
Man, I miss the Hays Code.
Okay, so they try to follow Jason to his car. Oh no, they try to follow him in the car.
Yes.
Spencer's car won't start. She pulls out a photo booth roll of like a blonde girl
Polaroid with no face, like
with the face whited out.
Yes.
And it says, "You know me, Spencer. You killed me."
Gagoo.
Gagoo.
And then Ella appears. Yay! Holly Marie Combs. She's
Thank
back
God.
from Denmark. I don't know.
Copenhagen?
Copenhagen in Witches.
Yeah,
Wasn't it Vienna?
Oh, Vienna. No, it is Vienna. I'm always
Billy Joel
I've
said
always
that.
got Copenhagen on the brain.
Must be Copenhagen on the brain.
I love their fashion.
I love that. I love the fashion.
I love the fashion.
I love that
It is
episode.
Vienna.
Yep.
Yeah,
think.
that episode of The Bear in Copenhagen.
Also,
incredible.
the whole proposing in 2 languages,
Why?
that's not necessary.
No, it's not. And he's an American man.
I am assuming she doesn't speak German.
I bet not.
9.
Do you watch Real Housewives?
I've watched some Real Housewives.
Of
I
Beverly
watched
Hills?
No, I watched a bit of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
The best.
Which
Okay.
I
I was going to say, because sometimes we call
turbo.
her Ella Carl Richards Montgomery because she looks like Carl Richards from
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
And we refer to Byron as Byrong Fish.
King Byron,
Fish Lips, the
Nut-
nutty buddy, big buddy,
buddy
Professor
Professor
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, we haven't seen him in a while. He's Rob Lowe's brother.
Oh, nice.
And we love...
We love you,
Rat
Chad.
Pack alert.
Then
Okay, so Aria... Oh, no, okay. Actually, I want to quickly talk about this scene, even though we're so behind. But like Aria talks to her mum on the phone and she's like, Ella's mad about the hotel room thing in the previous episode. Aria had a fuck fest and like drank all this shit in the hotel room.
And good for her.
And good for her. We actually do love
And
that
I hope
for
she's
her.
well.
And it was like age appropriate. We do hope she's well.
Yep.
And then Ella's like, is it because of Ezra resigning from Rosewood? And then Ella's like, would it be better if like I was with you right now? Then she enters the room, which is so cute, but you would hear her in the house.
You would hear her behind
You
that
would
door.
hear her voice in the home.
That
but
house
I loved it. It was
especially,
cute.
a fair house
Echo.
is Echo City. It's all wood.
Yeah.
That house is all beautiful mahogany and wood.
It's full of wood. But I'm glad Ella's back. Aria needs her mum.
does.
Where are the mums? Where are the parents?
Where are the fucking parents in this
They're
show?
gone.
Byron's in Syracuse doing his job. He needs to make a living. He's the only good man in Rosewood. Okay.
Truly.
Then Dean is being insane as he refuses to let Spencer go be near Jason alone. And she says, I'm not going behind a dumpster to cook meth.
Great.
Great.
And then he asks her for a urine sample because he's a freak.
This guy looks so concerned for a moment.
I remember the scene. So the context is like she's obviously
She's
got,
hooked on Dexies.
she's hooked on Dexys.
Yeah,
Or
by
like
the way.
ADHD.
By the way-
She needs a fucking live-in bodyguard counselor for Dexys.
She was on Dexies for like a week, I swear.
And she went through withdrawals
And now she's
that were
having
crazy.
like full Tom Sandoval on the Traders withdrawals. Like she is fully. She went to
breaking
rehab.
down for 3 days.
She went to
And now her parents have hired this like beautiful man who is very
sleep on
inappropriate
her.
to sleep on her bum. I hate this man. He's so gross.
that whole scene. This whole thing is upsetting.
Yeah.
Rehab for 3 days?
Yeah.
In what fucking economy?
Yeah.
In what way?
They're wealthy.
Yeah.
This family is wealthy.
I'm just like,
And
what are you going to achieve in 3 days other than
Yeah.
dry out?
Your puss, am I right?
Oh, God.
Then we go to Diet House Lasagna, which we see a bunch of bridal books and stuff.
Hannah starts. Oh no, she says, where am I supposed to eat? I thought it said, what am I supposed to eat? And I was like, Diet House.
Diet
But no,
House.
she says, where am I supposed to eat? Because there's like bridal shit all over the bench. And I will say they do have a round table
Yes.
behind them because I think that is where that's where Noel.
That's where Noel waits for his
said,
crazy bread.
where is the crazy bread? So I'm just like, there's other places to like sit and eat.
Yeah. There's also the outdoor
Are you
area.
saying that there's a line in this show that's a little bit contrived?
Just one. Only one.
Inaccurate.
Inaccurate?
But yeah, there's bridal shit all over the bench because Ashley's helping Mrs. D because she pities her or something.
Yes. Or something is correct.
Raising money for what?
I wrote it down. It's a very good name. Where is it? It'll come up later. I can't be fucked finding it. It's for a cause.
Then we find out that Paige visited her needy old grandparents, apparently. And Em yells at her for giving Allie to the police.
Is Paige gay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Paige and Emily are together.
I thought those eyebrows looked,
Also, fun context for before they were together. Paige tried to drown Emily in a pool because she was jealous of her for being the best on the swim team. And now they're in love and it's fucking weird.
It's very weird.
No,
Oh,
that makes total sense.
it's very queer.
Oh, God. Do I want to be with you or be you? It's that.
Or end your life.
It was very that.
It was.
It was very bad. I just realized Emily, I think, says like all grandparents are old
Yeah.
or something.
That was
and
that was a stunning line.
that was really funny.
Someone took the day off after that.
Oh, and Spencer at one point goes like, "You can't escape the cup, Emily." And I don't know why it reminded me of you, Ash. The delivery was really funny.
yes.
It had like Ash. I was like, "You can't escape the cup, Emily."
Woo!
It was funny.
And also your insistence on
Pissing.
bringing 2x 1 cup into any.
Any situation.
Are the listeners aware of what you wrote on your cake?
On my 30th birthday cake, it said 30 years, 1 cup.
That was a yummy cake.
It was a great cake.
Beautiful
I got
picture
the,
of Scout.
the,
going out.
It was vegan.
slices
It was vegan.
were the size of my head.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I threw the
I know it was
last bit
vegan,
out.
but
It
I felt unwell.
I couldn't finish,
It
and
was
I
too
like
much.
I always finish food, and I couldn't finish. I was eating heaps of cookies though.
I ate so much.
so
that
maybe.
day.
Shout out to my friend Joanna who made the most.
They were fucked up.
Yeah. And your mum for doing the nice cured meat platter. Shout out to Carmen.
Oh, that was so
That
good.
was very nice.
So Emily and Paige are screaming in a public bathroom about Allie being alive. They love like screaming in public bathrooms
Yep.
at
Yeah.
the school where anyone can hear them. They love sharing really
Public
important
spaces.
information.
Yeah.
Essential.
Silly girls.
Dumb cunts. Sorry, like Paige and Emily. I'm glad we see the back of this.
Yes, me too. Then Travis is working for the library for some reason.
His job is library.
His job is library. Hannah apologizes because in the last episode she was kind of like not present during a date. He's kind of standoffish. Interesting. And then
He's like,
What's
it
his
seems-
deal? Is he a student?
he's a student.
Yeah.
He does
Is
look
he their
35.
age?
Yeah, he does
Yes.
look 35.
Okay, that casting is off.
It always is.
very
It
off.
always is. He says it's like she's always got a lot going on. I do think this is a sign that these girls are not in a place where they can force a relationship. I think they can have relationships. I think they can have crushes. Hannah is forcing a
Yes.
She doesn't need to date right now.
No.
Her friend is come back to life.
Yeah.
She has a bridal show to go to.
She's got a lot on.
Her mum is hot.
And she's
got a
probably
lot.
studying for the SATs.
Literally.
Who's
mum's-
thinking about college?
Her mum's,
Who's thinking
Spencer
about
is.
their
Spencer
future?
is, definitely. I will say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Danby,
Emily's trying something.
she's trying. Then I think we're at the De Laurenti house. Jessica's
We
on
are.
the phone reminding us that a seafood parfait
is not a finger food.
and that, quote, no one wants to ruin a manicure digging shrimp out of a skinny cup, which might be my line of the episode.
Jessie D is amazing. I just love her because then Ashley's
D.
Ashley seems very scared.
Yeah.
Our beautiful Ashley. And Mrs. E sends her away to the guest room for something. Well, because Mulbrook, sexy can I?
Mulbrook alert.
approaches the house and she's like, oi, can you get something from the guest room?
Yes.
And then Mulbrook's like, we reckon Ali's not in the grave.
We're exhuming.
We're exhuming, if
she's
you
like,
will.
Don't you dare!
Because he's like, there's bones. Yeah, she's like,
She's like
leave
that.
my daughter alone. He's like, she broke her arm when she was a kid. Those bones do not match the bones we have.
These lovely bones.
And you got to match them lovely bones.
Then there is a creepy doll sitting on a chair in Alison's room. The doll culture is back.
There's a lot.
Woo!
And Ashley peruses Ali's room and finds a bag with clothes for a girl that Miss Jessie D bought yesterday.
And there's a mini skirt, so we know it's a little girl.
It's for a little girl. And then Jessie De Laurentiis is like, does this look like a guest room to you? She's scary.
She is.
She's got a lot going on.
Sexy girl.
And then we cut to where have they found this? Was this in Alison's room? They find like a cork board somewhere.
No, this is after they've gone in. They've gone to the fake wedding,
Oh, that's right.
My next note is about Emily being on an iPad.
and then
baby.
they're looking through the room
her
to try
room?
and find the clothes, which
That's right.
obviously Mum has now moved.
Yes.
Because they've been found. And then they find a corkboard with a bunch of evidence pinned to it.
New York related evidence.
Yes.
And then they call there's a number or a pamphlet.
There's a menu.
A menu. A number, a pamphlet, a menu even for
Mama Gaboozie's.
Mama Gaboozie's.
Mama Gaboozie's.
And they
I want
answer
to go
by
to
saying,
Mama Gaboozie's so bad.
Is
I've
that
written-
real? Is that place real?
I don't know. Probably not.
Look it up.
Surely not.
I've written new restaurant alert.
It is a new restaurant alert.
Important. What have we got? We got the grill. We got the brew. We got sausage king.
Lucky Leon Sausage King. We have that one vegetarian place in Philly. The place from last episode, the pizza place that Travis and Hannah went to.
Of course.
Heaps.
Mama
Heaps.
Gaboozie's. A new restaurant alert.
How did they know to use that as a password?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, they love
Great
guessing.
question.
This is really there's a lot of escape room energy in this show.
Oh my God. I would do a PLL escape room. I think we've said that we want to create a PLL escape room.
You should create a PL.
If we were
escape room.
hectic successful.
Yeah.
So successful that we could have a Mr. Beast style setup and
Dream big, mama.
and
Go.
make a PLL, make Spencer's Barn.
Oh,
We could just go to Warner Bros set,
Well,
which
I'll
you
be
do
there in
all
a
the
week.
time. You go 3 times a year. Escape room
cut.
yourself.
escape.
Escape.
Well, Scout, do you want to hear a spoiler that is escape room related for later in the show, or do you want us to not tell you because you might watch it?
I don't think a spoiler is going to make me not watch this show.
All right. Okay, listeners, if you've not seen beyond this point, skip a minute. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. 1 full minute. Almost the entirety of the second half of season 5 is has trapped the girls in an underground bunker that he has built, or she built, I can't remember at that point, to be a dollhouse. And they all have bedrooms that are replicas of their
Like
actual...
Search Party?
Yeah.
It's so Search Party.
Yeah.
And I equally loved Search listeners, if you haven't watched Search Party,
Watch it.
Search Party.
For Cola
It is.
alone.
It's extremely PLL.
Yeah.
Except the most amazing thing is it flips the trope of like beautiful blonde woman goes missing, and it's just an unremarkable woman goes missing who's kind of annoying.
And she didn't actually go missing.
Yeah.
She just left for a bit.
It's truly one of my favorite shows of the time.
It's amazing. So that's some fun bits. Okay, back to Mama Gaboosies. Then someone says, Jason, I haven't heard from you since we almost left half my body in an elevator shaft. Okay, well, it's Emily, obviously, because of that scene.
Yeah.
Jason has a flashback and he says, it's not the first time that Spencer's messed with our family.
Yes. And so, okay, in the flashback, Ali walks in with Jessie D, her mum, and she's getting all these anonymous texts. She's scared. And Mrs. D's like, it's Spencer. She has plenty of reasons to want to hurt this family. And then I just wrote, Jason is looking very cute with his haircut.
He's watching wrestling.
He's watching wrestling and he's watching this fight. And they didn't know he was there.
And then Jessica also tells Allison that she thinks Spencer is A at that point. Basically, what she's revealing to her mum is that A was harassing her at that point in this flashback. And she's like, I think it's Spencer. You need to smoke her out. And I
There's a lot of toxic in this relationship.
don't like it. Then Ella answers a call from Zach and Arya mopes about it.
Yeah.
That's the scene, really?
I wrote, Zach keeps calling. Ella goes to take the call. Oh, she getting that yuck. Just because.
Oh, she's getting that yuck.
She's getting that yuck.
She is.
And he's hot.
And he's
like younger than her.
And he speaks 2 languages.
And he speaks 2
and he
languages. And he bakes.
Okay.
Oh, man. I feel like that is always like TV code for like, this is a good man.
Oh,
They're a baker.
You bake, you good.
You're good.
you bake, you good.
You're good.
Then Emily texts Spencer telling her about Mrs. D, and Dean drinks iced tea in the middle of the night for some reason.
I hate this man.
I hate this man.
And so Spencer's like sleeping on the couch. She looks very sultry. Like it's just like, so in this show, anytime there's 2 people in a room who aren't related, sometimes when they're related, but mainly if they're not related, it is a sexually tense scene. Did you notice that?
Did you notice?
I honestly didn't notice, but I just think I'm not very good at reading between the lines on stuff. But obviously, as soon as he was like, well, I'll read it to you, I was like, oh, okay.
And then he like gets on the couch with her.
There's just I don't understand what his job is. I don't understand why he's there. I don't understand. He's like a live-in sobriety support worker.
Yeah.
Pretty much, which doesn't really
And
make
her
sense.
drug habit was a week of being on amphetamines.
Yeah.
And she now has to pee in a cup.
Yeah.
I just think that the thing that I find frustrating with
The
this
reaction
show
you're having is correct.
is that there are so many opportunities for them to be courageous and take a swing. And they don't. For example, old mate should have got her leg caught in the bear trap.
Right.
That should have been.
That would be fun.
That should have been leg broken.
I mean, I will say
They do take swings in that they put people in coffins with corpses and hang them off the side of a train that Adam Lambert is on as himself.
singing
Amazing. Wish I got in that episode.
on Halloween.
Sometimes they take huge like
swings.
Twilight.
Sometimes
supermassive
Mona
black
runs
hole
over
level
Hannah, her best
swings.
friend.
Yeah.
You know?
There should have been a bloody. If she was addicted, she should have been properly addicted, and it should have been like heroin, and it should have been like months.
Yeah. They make her look like she's on heroin and that it's been months, but it is
so
Dexys
funny.
and it's days.
So hang on, the key thing I'm missing is that like old mate who was on Dexys for a week,
Spencer. Yeah.
she has like a memory thing and she can't remember what happened that night, or she was like mentally
This is very
ill.
fresh in the plot.
Right.
Okay.
Apparently, she
it's
was on
very
Dexys
inconvenient.
at that point, and they made her not remember a bunch of things because she was on amphetamines. And when you're on amphetamines, you can't remember things.
Okay.
As someone who takes Dexys almost every single day, I remember what I'm doing when I'm on them.
The
I don't know.
whole
You
point,
did try to hit me with a shovel the other day because I'm blonde.
No.
Because I'm blonde.
Well, in
and
the
my
right-
mum's a bitch.
in the
My
right
mum's
lighting.
actually the best. My mum is not Mrs. D. My mum's Ella down.
Ella down. And Ella's getting duped down. Arya is jealous of Ella. Pretty much. She's like jealous that she's in love, I think. She's like, your kids live in this country. And I said, Arya, you made her leave. That's what I've written.
Arya is so mad at her mum, who is living her life.
Yeah.
After being cheated on, after raising children in an affair house.
Made of wood.
All she does is be nice to people and have silky hair.
It's almost like this anger is misplaced at the
Wrong adult.
yeah.
And that's what Ella says. So are you mad at me, Ezra, or yourself?
And then Dean falls asleep on Spencer at this point. And this is where we see Victoria Slastings, which is Veronica Hastings, scream at Dean. She's like, Dean! Rightfully
she kicks him out
so.
because it's inappropriate. It's deep. It's
incredibly inappropriate. You're a support
it's
worker
crazy.
and you fell asleep on the ass of the person you're supporting.
It's insane.
What?
It's true. It's funny.
That's what happened.
And
then she's like, we should have hired the 55-year-old Scottish woman with diaper breath. And I'm like, why is this woman catching strays?
Yeah, that is so unfair.
She might have halitosis.
Is a serious condition that can ruin lives.
It's from the gut, I think. It's when there's like no brushing teeth can like help. Halitosis isn't it like more of like a gut thing?
Bits were stuck in your teeth.
Oh, maybe it's
you
that.
hadn't flossed.
That's true. Maybe it's that.
You got to floss, everyone.
But don't get
You gotta floss
halitosis.
up. Don't get it.
I'm like always like scared.
But also not fair to the Scottish. I feel like that's really unfair Scottish slander there.
That is.
And also just like, okay, this sounds like victim blaming, which is like every episode for me. But Spencer, gorgeous, precocious, like, you know what I mean? She has a history of she kind of got like groomed, but like did make out with her sister's fiance who was
made
elder.
out with-
Oh yeah, what happened with the British guy? Also, he's not really
and
British
that.
because that accent was atrocious.
Isn't he?
I think
I
I always thought he
is.
wasn't British. He is British.
Okay,
gay.
he's the wrong kind
gay.
of British then. He's
Yeah.
like got a different accent because the accent he did was fucking ludicrous.
I
That's
wonder
his
he could be
accent.
putting on a more British accent, like Murray Bartlett in White Lotus puts on a more Australian accent than his Australian accent.
You know, Sigourney Weaver had to do an Australian role. I can't remember what the thing
For
was.
Alice
The
Flowers.
flowers thing. And guess what? Someone showed her as an accent reference.
What?
Kath and Kim.
Yeah. So they should.
And that is why her accent is so wrecked and they had to re-record a bunch of her shit.
Oh, it was bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Because it was like a Kath and Kim accent.
I'm so excited for apple cider vinegar. Sorry. I'm so
me
excited
too.
because Caitlin, what's her name? Divener? No, I'm thinking of Phoebe Dinavore. Caitlin Denver? Dever. The chick from Booksmart
Yes.
puts on a really
Yes.
good Australian accent.
She does.
Yeah.
Fucked. It's really good.
She was also Anna Delvey, wasn't she?
Was she
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
in the Netflix thing?
I see you walking in the club. Okay. Oh my
A
God.
couple of weeks ago, Hayley just started singing that song and it fucked me up. It was so
Do you remember
funny.
that song?
No.
What? How does it go? Fuck me.
Walking down the club.
Doesn't matter. Go on and flaunt it. Huh, what your mama give you? Let the bass line rearrange. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I do.
She just started singing it in that voice for no reason. Okay.
At the brew, Emily, Spencer, and Hannah talk about the grave Jason, Mrs. D. Stitch. No, Hannah barges in. The Gurgles all talk about Jason and Mrs. D.
Yes.
Hannah barges in.
Hannah rallies to get the girls to all do the wedding dress show so that they can snoop.
Yes.
Also, Arya says his brain was soaked in corn liquor about Jason. No idea what the fuck that means.
I think that just means that he's a drunk.
Corn liquor.
Corn liquor is just very strong liquor. It's like weird moonshine shit.
To be educated in this town. That's why you're
Got a
here.
moonshine head over here.
But
Got a moonshine head.
Could be a corn syrup. Wait, what did they say?
I know my corn.
I know
His
my
brain was
corn.
soaked in corn liquor.
Corn liquor. I said corn syrup.
And then a wild Mulbrook appears.
Mm.
And he tells the girls that they can find him if they have any thoughts on Alison being alive. Because they're like, well, I got a tip. Do you guys know anything about that? If you do know anything about that, come to find me.
So this is 4 years after she died.
It's like one
one and a bit
year?
year. So for some reason.
Because I was thinking the ages would be off because if it's a year per season,
No.
then they
And
are
it's
in their
not.
20s.
Like most shows are. This is not.
No. There is.
Time doesn't make sense.
We are currently in a period of time in the show that is spanned over 1 month. That goes on for
In a season?
a season and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a day a show. Like it
It
sort
is-
of does
is
make a twisted
genuinely
sense.
kind of. I feel like there have been episodes recently that have been one day
Yes. Yeah, it does.
because
feel like
they'll say yesterday, and I'm like, didn't we record this like a month ago?
it. Yeah, that's
And-
true.
Yeah.
But we have
lot to cover.
a wonderful listener has walked us through the timeline of
yeah.
being like, this is how all these crazy things happen in this 1 month.
People have
It's
had to hear
impossible.
us scream about the timeline and
Yeah.
so much.
We love you all.
We love you so much.
Then Vicky's going through Spencer's room and she's like, what are you looking for? And she's like, please be honest. Be honest. And she's like, you be honest with me. Tell me about that summer. Ah. And she says, it was as
like,
if there were two of you
in
living
this
in
house.
this house. The Spencer we recognize and your evil twin. Gagoo.
So does
Anyway,
she
we're not
have
going to say anything else about
We
that.
can't say anything else about that.
Does she
right now.
actually have an evil twin? Does she have a split personality disorder? What's going on?
Nope.
Well, the
nothing.
twin theory is huge in this show. From the very beginning, there's like all
hang
these
on,
twin
how-
imagery.
But what do you mean she's got a twin and her parents don't know?
Right?
The twin would have been coming out the same hole in the hospital.
An important thing to remember.
What do you mean important thing to remember?
And who knows what's going to happen?
And at the end of this episode, maybe we'll tell Scout what we're talking about right now. So
Who
that it's
knows?
at the very end. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Then Vicky has a flashback. We've never been inside the mind of Victoria Slastings.
It's crazy. She's going through a bunch of clothes on an outdoor table. Is that what's happening? That's what
I've
I
written
wrote
she's
down.
putting a bunch of shit that's tattered in a bin.
Oh,
We've never seen a wheelie bin in Rosewood. First one.
Wow.
What do we think?
midnight.
What do we
And
reckon?
then Allie walks through the garden. Allie is insane. Allie walks through the garden. She's like, sorry, I just took a shortcut to my house. And then she's like, did Spencer and Melissa have a big fight as per usual? And Veronica's like, Allison, please, not tonight. I'm like, is Allie just like a stray cat
Yes.
just walking through being like, fight, like a housewife producer?
Yes, I think she is. That's why she's a horrible person.
She is a very horrible person.
Stay missing.
Stay buried.
Stay buried, bitch.
So she's living in Philadelphia at 16. How is she living?
Great question.
These
a couple
are really
episodes
good
ago,
questions.
we were asking, how is she's trying to get money from these girls, but she has a full set of
Full
nails.
blowout, nails.
Where's she getting this money while she's spending it on?
And she's like,
It
everyone
sounds
is
like
giving
she's just doing full service sex work.
That's,
Maybe.
yeah.
That would be a good way for her to survive. Get a girl.
But no,
is.
she has to get money from Emily. She won't go to work.
She'll ask Emily to put them in a can of beans.
These days,
no one,
people don't want to
People
work.
don't wanna work.
Nobody want to
no
no
work.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Then Vicky's confused about Spencer's behavior in this flashback, and we see that Spencer was like in the nook of a door watching, like,
In a hoodie.
in a hoodie.
It's not a black one, but it's a hoodie.
but it's a hoodie. She
and then
doesn't
Ally
remember any of that, right?
And Allie disappeared a few nights later, which is sus.
Sus. Then we see Jessica De Laurenti watching through her window as Spencer's standing in a room. Watching through a window. Try to sleep, but she's watching me. And then she sees her just like pull the blind up and then be like, ooh.
This is actually Close Your Damn Blinds.
This is
a
Close Your Damn
reminder to me to post this. I actually have to post this on socials, like just Mrs. D.
Mrs. D doing it. That's
what
the
the fuck?
tagline for our whole show. Jesus Christ. Then Travis is working the valet at the
It's engaged to change.
thing.
You know what? We don't find out.
Engaged to change.
what are they changing? Engagement parties. Brides.
I actually
It's gonna
don't
be,
know what the
it's gonna
benefits
be like,
for.
I think it's going to be like urban youth.
I think so. But
What?
Engaged to Change is a great name.
You're right, because she would use the word urban as well.
And we all know what it means.
It means inner city.
Kids in the city.
Kids in the city. And Travis is wearing a suit and Hannah says, I like you as a penguin.
Your mum.
My mum in my phone. Penguin.
So Travis has another job. He's working the valet.
This is where I've written in caps. Where are all our boys? Toberky, Wrong, Caleb. Caleb is in the spin-off called Ravenswood, which is a supernatural thing right now.
Bro, Ravenswood's crazy. I
don't
think
want
you'd
it.
love it. It's bad.
It's bad.
no.
It's really bad.
Then the
And
girls
Wait,
are all,
what happened to the British man?
he's in the UK at the moment.
Okay.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Oh my God, British.
British?
Oh my God. Going to the chapel is playing. Eliza. Where's that compilation?
I promise I'm making it.
Ash is slaving away at a feature film of a compilation of us going, Eliza. Going to the chapel is playing, and that's a good song.
It is.
And all the girls look really cute in these very ugly dresses.
They do. And then Spencer sees Jason in the house and they chat, and she asks if he's sure that it wasn't some other blonde girl that he saw that night on the longest night of our lives from the pilot, that could have been accidentally buried in the goddamn ground that wasn't Ali or Cece. And then he's like,
Excuse
he's
me.
like, no, and he scuttlebutts away. Then
Bring back Scuttlebutt.
I will. I'll make my butt scuttle.
Then Dean enters, and you definitely think it's implied that Dean thinks Jason is like a love interest to Spencer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is how all these 2-person scenes become 3-person scenes.
Yeah, the compet in this show is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. The good thing is that anytime Emily's in the room with the most attractive woman you've ever seen,
They're gonna fuck.
they're gonna fuck too.
Yeah.
Because Rosewood has like the most gorgeous lesbians.
Yeah. Lots of
There's, like, a
beautiful
lot.
young lesbians, lots of pedophilic 23-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
happening
I mean,
this time.
technically a Phoebe Files, but
I was gonna say
Once again, being educated.
only pedophiles say that.
I was gonna say it's like better to be queer in Rosewood, but then I remembered that like Emily got drowned by her girlfriend. So
Yeah.
it's tough everywhere.
Take some listen.
It's hard everywhere.
It's actually really hard, guys.
actually really
It's
hard.
really hard everywhere.
everywhere. Okay, so Dean enters, he gives Spencer his number,
Creepy.
and then Spencer's like, oh, Jason was at the Clark Center. And then Dean's like,
That close 2 years ago.
and then he just goes, be careful.
Be careful of yourself. Fucking privately hired sobriety support worker who fell asleep on the support work ass.
Bring it.
Reading a book about a wrestler.
Tell him that.
That's the kind of shit that I would have fallen through.
Ding dong bell
Fallen
sounds.
for in first year.
Oh,
uni.
I
like
would have
that.
fallen for every single bad man in
Yeah.
this show.
It's unnerving because I reckon because this came out 2010. I was 16.
Most
so
people
like
shipped
I was
them.
I was the age, and I would have also shipped
I wanted,
that.
if I was in Rosewood, I would be like, why doesn't Ezra want to fuck me?
Oh god,
I'm so proud that I knew it was wrong in the moment.
it's just freak shit. Any adult man who's
That's freak
hanging
shit.
out, that's freak shit,
And that's some freak shit.
and that's all
That's
freak
not
shit.
shit. And that's the whole show.
I was really blown away by just how many problematic statutory rape adjacent age gap relationships there are in one small town.
And this isn't even half of them.
This is like,
And I've only seen 2 episodes.
oh, there's so
cup.
many. One cup.
Then Jessica's being a mean girl to Ashley, and I said, don't be mean to a girl.
I called her a bitch.
She is a bitch.
She's being a bitch to Ashley
being a
because she
bitch.
doesn't like the gurgles of the models because Ashley, I guess, was like, I don't know, we need girls. I got
They offered,
the
I
gurgles.
asked, and she's like, did they offer those? And I said, fuck off, Jess. Then she sees Spencer and just stares her down. They pass each other in the room, and she's just like,
It's tense.
Then Hannah's taking a piss, question mark, question mark, question mark. Important.
They tell Hannah's, I think, yeah,
I think she's snooping around.
she is. Because then, but then
Yes.
Ashley's like, that's a lot of dress.
Immediately, she's like, my daughter's going to dunk that dress in the
Oh my
toilet.
God, that's a lot of dress.
She's done it before, and she'd do it again.
Oh yeah, because Hannah asks Travis, who's on valet duty, if he's seen Mrs. D, and then she's like, if you've seen Mrs. D, can you stall
And then he makes the other valet run over something in the car.
a mailbox?
That's not fair.
And then he's like, I guess me and Mrs. D have something. to
I'm
talk
like,
about now.
what? You get in the car and run over the mailbox.
Yeah,
This guy is caught in the crossfire, and it's not fair.
It's not fair to him.
he's thinking about that put for sure, and he's like, but he does say he's like, you had me at could you? I thought it was cute.
And
I
they
actually
snoop.
quite
I'm
like
a bit
that
like
line.
a trav head.
Me too. Trav head. Shout out to all the Trav heads out
I'm a
there.
trav wife.
Nice.
I'm
very,
a
very
trav
good.
wife.
Toyota Travel.
Oh my God.
Then we
They
see
kiss. They do big smooch.
they do big smooch. We also Spencer around this time goes outside and sees Mrs. D handing someone in the bushes who you see an arm of, but not just an arm, a suitcase. And then she walks away and it's like, what the fuck in the hell is going on here? Then we learn that when Byron starts crying, Ella starts bawling. That's just important.
And that's why Byron isn't here tonight.
He's not there because he's in Syracuse.
Yeah, but isn't that why she
Allegedly.
like says it?
She's like, it's.
Oh
we're
yeah,
lucky
because
he's not
you could
here.
see. I'm like, because she's teary at Arya in this dress that I don't know.
It's ugly.
It's not for me. She's so beautiful. Lucy Hale is so beautiful as Arya.
Yeah.
She just looks crazy.
The mid 2010s wasn't kind to
It
anyone.
wasn't. It wasn't. And Ella says that Zach kept calling her last night because he wanted to know how Arya felt about them being engaged. Ooh. But Arya was too much of a wolf head.
And he engaged in he proposed in 2 languages, so he said 1,000 times.
Arya didn't care because she's like, my pedophile wrote a book about me.
Oh, she doesn't say
At
it.
Random House.
At Random House. It's
What?
being published by Random House.
That's a real publishing company. That's a real and serious publishing company.
Yeah.
Random House.
Random House fucking get upset that they had a prospective?
It feels defamatory.
That feels not
Well,
right.
this show was making a lot of money.
Yeah, it would have been a good shout out to Random House.
Jeez.
Nothing random about this house. Then Hannah and Emily look under the bed, and the wedding dresses get in the way, and it's kind of funny.
It is funny.
It's kind of funny.
It's a bit goofy.
And then I've written in all caps, Mama Gabusi.
They find Mama Gabusi. I've written, why is Mama Gabusi a password?
Yeah.
Mama Gabusi.
Mama Gabusi.
Pop that Mama Gabusi.
Also, all she would have had to do to keep it, like, would be to change one of the A's to a 4.
True.
I'm just saying. There's not a lot of good
I want to make Mama Gabusi
security in
my
the show.
password.
The password we have for our stuff is something really stupid. Not
It's
gonna
Mama
tell ya.
Gabusi. You can have a crack. It's Mama Gabusi.
Now you just got to guess the email.
And it is also the password for there was at some point in the past there was a piece of paper that they found that had an email address. They type in the email address, they type in the password, and it works.
And let's not talk about Arya typing a password for Ezra's cabin and she tries sonnet. Shakespeare, Keats,
What the fuck?
poetry, book.
Maybe
Ezra.
she should try
Ezra.
fucking Lolita.
Oh!
Bing, bang, bong.
Does he have
Sounds like that. Jesus
Pip.
Christ on the cross. We're
Pedophile.
good. Then
Okay, then I just have Emily
Ooh.
tries to send Ali a message, question mark.
via the email address that they now
To herself.
yeah. And then Spencer's walking through the woods. This is where we see the bit at the start of
The bear claw trap.
The bear claw
Again,
trap.
cowardly to not get her leg stuck.
I agree.
Yeah. Then
Put the foot in.
Put the foot in.
Put the foot.
Put that foot in.
put the foot in.
Put the foot in.
Now, what in the put the foot in are you doing?
Put the foot in.
You've been pussyfooting around. I want you to put the foot in.
Put the foot in.
What are you doing? I'm gonna put the foot in.
While she's not putting the foot in, she's like screaming for Ali in a way that I find like uncouth. Like it's just like it's just everyone is being so obvious about Ali.
know.
They all want her to be found so she can go to jail, I think.
So her whole thing is that
You will
she
be found.
is in fear for her life, and that is why
Yeah.
she's gone into hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's been a cunt. Like she's started so much shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I just don't think anything can have that high stakes.
No.
I don't know.
Welcome to Rosewood, honey.
Am I right? Welcome to
What's the
Rosewood.
population of this town?
Oh my God, it says, it literally
What's their
said-
primary industry? Because I feel like
Couldn't
everyone is just rich.
Okay.
Everyone's job is just
Okay.
being
You
rich.
don't understand how much we need to know, and we still don't know. This school, this public school has a coffee cart, which we did. One of our wonderful listeners did tell us that is kind of a common
We're
and
clued
normal
in.
thing.
Yeah.
They have a coffee cart. They have like a range of options from the cafeteria,
But like,
and they've got
I
so
found the
many different
population.
clubs.
7,989.
that's tiny.
It's really small.
But then
That's like the population of Brunswick.
right? But then for like context as well, Spencer's family, Allison's family, both clearly very rich.
Yeah.
And then Arya's family, both teachers, have this beautiful wooden mansion. Doesn't make sense. Hannah and Ashley's house is crazy big, which I guess is alimony.
There's alimony.
And then
She works at a bank.
she's working bank because she's a banker.
I wish she didn't have to work. If I had all the money in the world and I married her, she wouldn't have to lift a finger.
We know, Hayley. One day she'll hear you. One of these days we'll get it.
She can join me and Dale. Dale would love that.
Dale would love that. He's got a hot blonde and a hot redhead. What a life.
Come on.
And Pud.
He can work. Support the 3 girls. Me, Ashley, Married, and Pud.
And Dale's the cup. Okay, so
Oh.
so
Hey.
Emily's house though, Emily's parents, her mum keeps losing jobs because of the reputation of all these crimes and things and the suspect of murder.
And then A tried to
stuff.
pretend that she was like beating up Emily, her daughter. Like,
to frame it.
Yeah.
And her dad is in the military.
he's in the war. He's in Afghanistan.
That's why we call their house Warhouse.
Warhouse.
Okay.
So
It's not a war house.
It's a
It's a war
home.
home.
It's a war home.
Write that down.
Okay, so they're obviously living in both an incredibly wealthy area, but also with either low property values or like intergenerational inherited wealth.
I reckon that. Because there's a
it
lot
has
of
to
like
be.
lore. Like lore.
We're almost at the end, so we'll power
sorry,
through.
sorry.
No, I think
Very
let's break
good
down the economics.
I genuinely want to know what tax bracket everyone is in.
Scout could. If anyone could, Scout could.
Spencer, the Hastings are definitely in like the upper echelon of tax. They're all up there.
Do we think these people vote red or blue?
Oh, Spencer's actually.
I think it's actually a mix.
Yeah, I think
from
so
the
too.
very small
Alan
impression I've
Byron
gotten.
would definitely be blue.
I can't explain it. Emily's family, red.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're
Well, I guess her mum was a homophobe in season 1, so I can't
Yes.
explain it.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay,
I'm
then
actually kind of obsessed with figuring that out. Now that you've said
well, let's do that at the end in the seggies.
No, okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it at the end. We're gonna choose who votes which way. And then an unknown number calls the Gurgles, and it's Alison. Ooh, and she says they need to hurry and come to where she is.
Is this the first time they've heard her voice?
No, so they've seen her. They've had a few encounters with her now.
Oh, so they've seen her in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
It's been
But
drawn out.
But it's been like
drawn out.
It's been like she appears and they're like, oh my god, and then they hear a car and they all turn towards the car and then they turn back and she's gone.
Okay, well, fucking first lesson.
Don't turn around.
Don't turn around.
Don't all turn around at the same time. There's
four of you.
Yeah.
Stand in a circle.
Split it in half.
Come on.
My word.
Then Spencer returns and she takes off her corset and finds the fingy
She's like covered in
bones.
shit. She's crying.
Covered in shit.
She's
and
covered
piss.
in pure shit.
There
and
is
her own piss.
there is no way she didn't clock that there were fucking bones in that.
Right?
Right.
She was like
Right.
touching her. She was always touching
Torso?
like the corset because I think it hurt.
But someone would have had to.
Come on.
That's,
Then there's a note inside that says, what will you do when the rest of me comes out of the grave?
this actually no, it can be the real bones because it has been exhumed.
The lonely bones.
At this point,
the lovely bones.
is it the real? Is it the real
The
bones?
lonely bones.
Boo.
The lonely bones.
We don't know whose bones these bones are. I'll
We
say
don't.
that.
But we think the bones are the bones from the grave. That is not.
There's
Maybe.
there's a girl. They look fake. The bones look very fake.
Yeah,
they look like
they
they're
do.
from the $2 shop to me.
They do. Someone got some
Which
shoe
is
polish.
and A is there's a business.
If A is not,
A lot to
if,
talk
if
about
A is
about
one
A.
thing, A is a prop master.
yeah.
Okay, so these are probably not real bones.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I actually don't think we find out, to be fair.
Paige, okay, so they're all like, we're going to all get in the car and go to Allie. Paige rocks up to Emily's. Paige is like, I said Paige tells her she was right.
You were right. I shouldn't have told the cops. And also,
Yes.
I love you, lol. Please forgive
Yes.
me.
And then she says, I did it because I don't care what happens to Alison. And I went, lol, same.
I said sometimes Paige hits right. Rewatching as an adult, I'm like, sometimes Paige is really on the money.
Yeah.
I know she's meant to be annoying at this point, but like, my God, Allie sucks.
Yeah.
Emily forgives her, but she says, I can never trust you again. And she dumps her ass right there as the Gurgles pull up in the car. And it's crazy because like all the girls pull up and Paige like looks at them and they all just look at Paige. I would have been like, hey, like it's crazy.
Not
They're all
knowing,
just
yeah.
like staring at her.
But they all know that Paige was the one who told the cops.
Yes.
So they're understandable.
I would still
pissed.
have to be like, hey.
No, I've been in situations where like you're at festival club and like a bad person walks in and everyone turns and it's just like
Oh my God, I want
Yeah.
tea.
I've got
want
tea
that
for
tea.
later, guys. I'll tell
my
you about my
God.
tea later.
Okay, I'm actually very keen. All right.
And
So-
then they go to some dark place that has shelves and cobwebs, and they're all like, Alison! And then they see a door opens, and there's someone else. And Spencer, with kind of like disgust, says, What are you doing here? And we go, who the
Can I take a guess at who it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mona.
It's a really good guess.
It is a really good guess. Incorrect.
I don't know if you would know.
Do I know the character?
They
If
were in
I've
the
seen
pilot?
They were in the pilot.
Jenna.
No. You have one more guess.
It's not Byron.
Dun, dun, dun,
Wish it was Byron, though.
dun, dun. Oh my God. That would be fucked. It'd be so fucked.
Ezra.
No.
Great guess.
No, we'll tell you later.
Okay.
Then, of course, there is an A scene where A's checking into the Red Finch Inn, which is a new, we've got the Lost Woods Resort, we've got the lodge at Rose Thornhill.
We have
whatever.
Hollis Bar, by the way. I didn't bring up the pub.
Board Shorts Pale Ale. And then we've a new small B&B, the Busy Bee Inn.
The Busy Bee Inn.
Busy Bee Crits. A is checking into the Red Finch Inn and sees that Cece Drake is a guest on the currently staying list.
On the guest list?
Guest list.
On the currently
Currently
staying list?
staying list, I think, is the legal term.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm good. And A calls the police and they're like, hello, Rosewood Police Department. So it is inferred that they are saying,
Dibba-dobba.
here. I'm a dibba-dobba. I'm a dibba-dobba and I'm dibba-dobbing you in.
A fabulous episode.
Woo!
Seymour,
Seymour.
what the fuck? Okay,
Seymour,
quick
say
trivia.
less.
Oh, go.
The table read was on October 15th, 2013. Filming began on October 16th, 2013, and ended on October 2020.
2013.
October 22, 2013. I've been listening to a lot of radio lately. So I'm feeling
2013.
very like flying fox.
Yes.
Fox traffic. In 4 seasons, this episode is the lowest rated episode ever, with 1.95 million viewers in the United States, as well as the only episode to go under 2 million viewers. That's crazy to me.
I don't think it was that bad.
It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
I would have. It's a gaggy episode.
Yeah.
But also, rating is that's just what people were watching on that night. You
Yes.
don't know what else is on that night.
It's a different time.
It could have been the Super Bowl night.
And then the final piece of trivia is this is Dean's last appearance in season 4, and he will return later in season 6.
What?
Dean.
I don't
Really?
want him back.
Why?
I don't want him back. Okay. Seggies, segments,
Seg
seg
rolls.
rolls. Head to our
Yum.
Instagram, call.and.adult, and look at one of our pinned posts where we explain all these segments, but also we will explain them to Scout, and we should explain them to our listeners.
Yes.
And they're pretty self-explanatory, except when they're not. So, who is the hottest adult of this episode?
For me, it was Mulbrook coming up to them and being like, hey,
He's
come talk
always
to me.
hot.
Come talk to me if you think your friend's dead, because I think she's not. I think it was that for me. Or also Ashley Marin holding up mini skirt.
And her being like scared of Mrs. D. I'm going to say Victoria Slaystings when she was like, get the fuck out of my house, Dean.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good one. Scout.
But also Mrs. D kind of hot. I don't know.
Thoughts? Also Ella coming back.
Ella being back, her hair looking great, Pantene.
I think
Looking ass.
I think she looked great.
Were you a charmed
I think
head?
she had that post. No.
I was.
Really? I feel
No,
like
I was a Buffy bitch.
Buffy bitch, not a charmed head.
A charmed
Not a
cunt.
charmed bracelet.
Yeah, I think she's got that post-engagement glow. If I had gotten engaged to in 2 languages, I'd probably look that great too.
Yike. Okay, yikes. What was the yikes of the episode? So this is acknowledging that Ezra and Arya's relationship is the yikes of the whole show.
Yeah, that's
So
that's the big yikes.
Yes.
That's the big yikes.
And then there's a mini yikes every.
It's
Exactly.
so nice to be seen and heard and understood.
it really is. So what was the yikes in this episode?
Dean, there's
For me,
Sleeping on the
honestly,
ass?
like it's meant to be the bones and the bear trap. It really, like
It's
the Dean
Dean.
shit made me so uncomfortable.
Me too.
It's great. Cool. Who gets a buttercream from us, Daddy Hastings? So this is Spencer's dad once gave her a buttercream for doing a good essay or something. I don't know. So who deserves a treat? Who did a good thing in this episode?
Emily breaking up with Paige.
Buttercream.
Buttercream. Hannah.
Paige saying she doesn't give a fuck about what happens to Ali.
Buttercream. Hannah.
who was
Volunteering
the
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 girls.
other
Yeah.
valet?
The other guy.
The other guy.
Does he have a name?
Buttercream.
Do we know him?
Let's give him a
don't
name
know.
if he doesn't have one.
Okay, well he's probably about to lose his job, so I hope he can at least have a sweet treat.
He
to
can have a sweet treat.
Jobless Jeff.
jobless Jeff.
But then Travis,
Gets a
I'm
buttercream.
like counter culture or whatever. I'm what's that?
Counterculture.
Wait, I'm like
Contrarian.
contrarian.
I was like, counterculture.
I'm
Is that where we
counterculture.
land?
I'm counterculture. I'm being contrarian because I'm like I agree with that, but also Travis can have a buttercream.
You had me at could you?
Could you?
had me at
That's a good line, and I do intend to use that
was like-
line.
Right? It's really
Next
good.
time someone asks you to do anything.
You had me at could
Could
you?
you?
I think like a lot of people get buttercreams in this episode.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big
Spencer
buttercream.
can have one because she was like covered in shit.
Also organizing a charity event.
Yeah.
Mrs. D can have a buttercream.
And Ashley can have one for doing all of the work.
Ashley
Yeah.
absolutely will get a wine from Byron later.
Nutty
Okay.
big buttercream.
Oh,
Who needs to wait for crazy bread from Noel Khan? I don't think you've met Noel.
no.
I mentioned, anyway, it doesn't matter. Who was crazy in this episode? Who needs to calm
Who
down?
needs to calm down, basically. Jessica De Laurentiis a little bit
Always.
staring out the window, rolling up the thing, bit close your damn blinds, bit scary.
And she needs to eat, to quote Kim Richards to Lisa Rinna, maybe you should have a piece of bread and you'll calm down a little bit. I do think she does need to like. I do think she does need to have like, just like some bread to
carbs.
like calm down. She's crazy.
I would like Ali to wait for Crazy Bread on her system for keeping passwords and evidence.
Yes.
What are we doing here?
Corkboard.
Corkboard in this
A
economy?
lot of corkboards.
Come on.
Office work sold out of
It's
corkboard.
just a crazy means of keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Putting them on open display, being like, oh, gee, hope no one finds this in my closet.
Get a Dropbox.
What are you doing?
And I hate Dropbox.
Yeah.
Get a Google Drive.
I'm a Google
It's
Drive.
2014.
13. There was Google Drive.
There was Google Drive.
I think.
There was.
Actually, I think,
there was Google Drive at this point.
yeah, I was
'Cause I
definitely
was in
using
second
Open
year
Office.
university.
Because I was
But I
in,
would just email myself all the time.
yes, because I was in like third year uni, and second year uni, I had to use Open Office on my Mac because I didn't have Word. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Ew.
Hard. What gave us a hardcover? Okay, what made us horny?
Hardcover, softcover. In one episode, there was a book that in one scene was a soft, a regular cover, a play. What are they called?
Hardcover?
What's a soft cover called?
Paperback.
Paper. And then
A play.
and then continuity error. There was
I
hardcover.
love a continuity error.
Yeah, it was a con.
So
error.
what makes you hard and what makes you soft, basically?
For me, Holbrook makes me hard.
I agree.
It makes me hard.
He was hot.
Travis saying you had me at could you? That made
Actually,
me hard.
Travis
That didn't
this-
make me hard, but that I was like,
warmed your heart.
that's lovely.
Yeah.
That did make me hard, I think.
What made me soft? The bones.
The bones.
The bones was
The
goofy.
bones.
It was fucking
goofy.
goofy.
The flashback, Alison being in the episode at all.
Oh yeah, what gave me a soft cover was her rocking up to the Hastings backyard and like trying to start shit with
Mama.
Victoria. Yeah,
Get out of here.
Veronica.
Get out of my swamp. Also, Dean lying on the ass gave me
Oh
soft
no,
cover.
that was soft cover. That was just cool staying. Okay, who gets a wine from Byron? So this is like buttercream, but it's wine.
Okay.
Because it's cheekier.
It's a bit cheekier.
I want all the girls to have a wine. All
All
four
the
girls.
Ashley definitely deserves the biggest pour.
A huge wine, a whole bottle. I want Ella to have a wine. I want Ella and Zach to FaceTime, have a sexy wine together.
Yep.
Cross-continental. You know? Get a wine.
Get a wine.
Who do you want a wine?
Honestly, I want Ella to have a wine.
Yeah.
I think she deserves like a really good pet nat.
She
I don't know if they had
does.
those back then, but
They don't because they like barely have them in the western suburbs of Melbourne where I live. So they definitely didn't have.
Dox yourself.
Come find me.
reveal yourself.
I feel like my advocacy for the western suburbs,
You're doing the Lord's work.
I will be found.
You won't be found, but
I will be found.
we will
And I wanna-
advocate for our home quadrant
Yeah.
of this
It's a
fine
big
city.
part of Melbourne.
It's a hit.
It's huge.
It's a quarter of Melbourne. That's
exactly.
massive. I think I've already doxed myself in this episode.
That's right. You're from Rosewood.
I'm bringing down the median wage by like, oh
Not
God.
that much. You're fine. God. That's all right.
We would all have like 15-year-olds at the school if we were like in Rosewood
Rosewood.
right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
We would
is
have to have like a 15-year-old.
The
hottest mum.
like age gap between school age characters and adult characters is off.
Yeah.
Is severely off.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I
Yeah.
love it.
Next
Line of
one.
the episode. Line of the episode. You wrote down something, Ash.
I had quite a few, but I do think that it has to be
The shrimp.
The shrimp, but I also like
Shrimp.
because I don't care what happens to Alison. That's really funny
Or-
to me.
Okay, I'm gonna say you had me at could you to give that some representation.
Oh, yeah, that is nice. But I'm going to stick with, of course, no one wants to ruin a manicure digging shrimp out of a skinny cup.
And to preface that with a seafood parfait is not a finger food.
Incredible.
It's important.
Woo!
What did you like, Scout?
Line of the app. I think all grandparents are old.
That was really funny.
That is really
That
good.
was so silly.
It was really silly.
It was also, she said it like it was a slam dunk. And I was like, this isn't the slam dunk that you think it is.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is,
It's me.
anyway.
It's me saying
I've
to
seen
anything, one
Paige
cup.
in 2 scenes and I'm like, I think she's actually got a lot of great points.
She does. She does.
Yes. And I like that I could tell that she was queer
Yep.
even under that much makeup.
Yes.
Because they took an eyebrow pencil to her and they were merciless. And they were like, we will keep you butch only in these like 2 square inches of your face.
Yes.
Yeah, they did that.
Yes.
Anyway.
Shout out to those.
Wow.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout
All right.
out.
Shout out.
That's
and that
it.
is the episode. Scout, thank you so much for being here. We love you.
Thanks
It
for
was
having
so
me.
fun. Did you have a good
I had a
time?
really nice time. It's really, I would like to echo what Dale said in that it is really beautiful to see 2 people who were equally unhinged about a very niche topic on the same wavelength. Like it's awesome. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And
We love it.
I don't think I can ever take this show seriously.
No.
And I think that's probably important.
That's
shouldn't.
important.
yeah.
No, nothing
Whereas
in
if
the
I
show
watched
is
this when
serious.
I was a child,
Yes.
if I watched this when I was in high school, because also I was starved for queer representation in high school, and so if I had gone through the Wikipedia page of LGBTQ characters and found this, I would have gotten hooked. I can tell I would have gotten hooked.
It was like,
and it would have been bad.
I don't want to be like, it was one of like the first of its kind, like, but out of all the CW shows, like
It really was. I was shocked
Gossip
when I
Girl
saw
and
two
90210.
queer
yeah,
people on. I was like,
and it's not just like a storyline where it's like an after school special thing. It's like,
Yeah.
no, Emily's just straight up queer the whole time. It's kind of after season 1, barely an issue, I would say.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is just like she's hot.
And then
That was
in
There's
more
a queer woman who
queer
knows what they
women-
want to fuck.
After season 1, it's just like everyone who is new and young and female is
Is queer.
gay.
Yeah.
It's great.
I was really blown away by that. I was like, 2010.
It was an incredible show to watch as a teenager in the good year of our Lord 2011 and shit. It was like incredible,
What time to be alive.
Beautiful.
stunning.
Jesus.
Well, thank you again for being here, you sweet angel. Love
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
And we're going to have you on the Patreon.
Woo!
Yeah!
Or
I
that
don't-
episode comes out before or after this. I don't know.
Look, if you're
It actually is going to come out a week before.
this happens every time, and that's okay because we're cheeky. So it's fine.
But you're going to read my tarot.
I'm going to read your tarot. I'm
And
actually
we're going
very
to recap
excited.
when you read Ash's tarot.
Yeah, very briefly.
Did we take a picture of your spread?
Yes, I
Okay,
have it on
good,
my phone.
because I didn't remember it.
Good.
I got it on my phone.
So head over to the Patreon if you want to hear that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley,
Yep.
but
But
nutty big buddy,
none of big buddy.
I love you.
I love you. Scout, I love you.
I love you guys.
We love you. Oh, and everyone listening, we love you.
Listeners, we love you.
And if you're out there right now and you live next door to a woman who's grieving, just try to go home and
Close your damn blinds.
'cause she might be out there staring.
Jessie D is looking.
Jessie D's looking and she's poking. All right?
Oh.
And she ain't joking.
She ain't bugging. She ain't joking.
She ain't poking. She ain't joking. Close your damn blinds.
All right.
Right?
This has been a long ep
It's been...
in a good way. Compliment.
I'm sorry I derailed us several times.
Are you kidding me?
Shut the fuck
with
up.
the
Been
demographics of the
Oh my God, I love a demo.
Okay,
I want to know
everyone
the town.
Everyone wants to know who's where.
Quick round table. Everyone say, out of the 4 girls, whose parents you think voted which side? I think Emily, red.
Republican.
I think Aria, blue.
Blue,
I
yep.
think Hastings, secretly blue, say they're red to their country club friends.
Woof.
I think they like switch maybe
Or independent.
when things
Single
like
issue
work.
voters.
Single
Single issue
voters, yeah.
voter when it's like the tap. I think I think they're single.
I think
issue.
Ashley Benson, blue. Mama.
She better be.
Sorry, not Ashley Benson. Ashley Marin. Well, Ashley Benson also.
Ashley Benson, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's what I think.
And then the
Nice.
De Laurenti are Republican.
Huge.
Yeah.
For sure.
But they would have had. I don't think they would have voted for Trump. I think they would have been
No.
like he's classless.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Sort of like some of my family in the
With those
States.
pearls.
Your family in the States?
she wears.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Texas.
If you're related to Scout, shout out to you.
Yeah,
ain't
shout out
that
to the Texas Boxalls.
Ain't no hold
Texas
on.
schools.
Bring 'em down.
All right.
She won Best Country. This is so out of date. We're recording on the day of the Grammys. I think she won like Best
Shout
Country
out.
album today.
She did. Go
Brat
girl.
won a lot.
Woo!
Good.
Good
I love
for
Cowboy
Brat.
All right.
Wow.
And now we
Right.
have to do our little sign off noises. So feel free to join if you recognize the main one that we do. Scout.
Oh, wait, we're doing okay.
Toberky.
Toberky.
Yay!
Wow.
Yay!
Okay,
I think our listeners like long episodes, so they're going to like that.
So as long as you're okay with it, Scout, we've got heaps more time in the studio. It's going to be later than we said. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's okay.
And our patrons only go for like 30.
Listeners, if you didn't know, we actually have a Patreon, which we call the Dollhouse. So come hang out in our Dollhouse.
We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to watch this episode and other episodes, head to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And you can find all updates at our Instagram or look in the episode show notes.
We love ya.
We love you!
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, shut your damn blinds! See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.